Alright, game 2 here, as game 1 went to Twisted Fusion, and a pretty good performance there in the end. That Puppet Master Time to Die played it, and it basically crushed everything in its path. Symbol of Rage, Nullstone, Shrunken Head, and Assassin Shroud, essentially impossible to deal with, so really good performance there from the guys on Twisted Fusion. Very good lineup, very good laning phase, knowing what they were doing, and I feel like they did get a bit outdrafted on the Adrians family side. Just a little too little carry potential. Mini Beaver in the bottom lane of the Flux got crushed, and as a result, couldn't do anything. Just was not a factor there. But here we are in game 2. Revenant and Silhouette going to be banned right off the bat from Slot Please. Cthulhuphant and Parasite taken out by the Hellborn side. So Silhouette definitely an ALG ban, as he does play that hero very, very well. We've seen that before. And a really big reason why they've had success here in Gold Cycle 2. This is the losers bracket round of 4, so not super successful, as both teams have already lost the series, but of course this is still pretty deep in the tournament, so if you make it to the losers bracket round 4, then you can, I think, consider yourself to have had a pretty good performance. And the Cthulhuphant Parasite, of course, always get banned out. They just never ever see those heroes picked up, because they do get banned so consistently. Although last game we did see Parasite, so maybe I should just shut up. I do want to mention, though, that Ophelia, not banned. And as I said last game, Archdagger plays that hero very, very well. He's typically their mid, but that will be in his hands this game, as it's his hero, essentially. And again, Twisted Fusions is switching up their roles really, really frequently. So Ophelia going to be in Archdagger's hands. I believe Magma is going to be played by Time to Die. He's their typical... No, Salem. It's one of those two. It's not going to be Slot Please. I don't remember. Anyway. I think I want to say Salem. I'm going to go finally answer Salem. But Legion side, anyway, I love their draft so far. Rhapsody first pick into Ophelia and Magnus, so strong in the laning phase. The push potential for their Ophelia and Rhapsody is going to be off the charts. Their team fight's going to be fantastic, especially defensively. With the New Earth Blessing and the Wrap ult, it's going to be impossible to kill these people in team fights. Now, they've got the bubbles, so they can stop both Magnus and Wrap from channeling if they can get the right angle. And they also have Puppet Master on the Hellborn side, so they do remedy the carry potential issue from last game. Definitely a good choice. And ALG, you're taking a long time for his third pick, but I like Hellborn's draft too quite a lot. It's going to depend, I think, very much on their pick here, because PM and Bubbles is a great start, but they need to follow that up with something particularly nice, and it wasn't Gauntlet. So their lanes are basically known at this point. It's going to be Puppet Master top, Gauntlet mid, Bubbles Suicide. None of those heroes can jungle, and it's just too obvious that that's what's happening here. Magnus on the Legion side, almost certainly going to go middle. But Rhapsody, is he going to be middle with Magnus? Is he going to babysit a carry in the bottom lane? We don't know. Magnus could potentially even Suicide or short lane. Ophelia could potentially jungle in the her jungle or the opposing jungle. The Legion side's draft is much harder to decipher what exactly is going to happen. At the same time, they have very powerful heroes that work well together. And this is exactly what you want to do when you're drafting, is don't give away your strategy and your lanes, and get heroes that work well together, and get heroes that are on their own very, very powerful. And Slot Please here is just ticking all the boxes, so a really, really good start to the draft for him, and obviously very important to do that. Drafting is extremely critical in this game. Hellborn, I liked it until the Gauntlet pick. I think PM and Bubbles are sufficiently strong and difficult to decipher that that was a good start, but Gauntlet just gives everything away. I think the Kraken was still available. That would have been a great pick for the Hellborn, as it would have given them some good ulti synergy with Bubbles and Kraken. And of course, Puppet Master loves people to lock heroes down for him. We saw that last game with Kraken and Puppet Master on the same team on the side of Twisted Fusion, and that worked very, very well. Both of those heroes had an extremely powerful game, or a good game, and a lot of impact. So I'd like to see a little bit more lockdown than really the Gauntlet. He's also iffy with hitting the hooks. Yeah, Kraken with the charge, that's sometimes a problem, but still, I feel like that would have been a much better pick for the Hellborn side. Or even the Pebbles gives him some, get that Pebbles combination and get some more burst damage onto the Hellborn side. Legion are relatively squishy. They're not particularly tanky, and they would die to burst kind of quick. But anyway, we'll see. Pharaoh going to be the fourth pick here for the Legion side, so likely they haven't picked up a short laner quite yet. And probably going to be seeing the Pharaoh in the Suicide role, and then Magnus in middle. probably with Rhapsody, so I'd like to see a little bit more of a defensive short lane or somebody that can solo and go against that Suicide Bubbles just fine. Hag is on the board. I'd like that pick very much. As they've got, I think, enough lockdown between the first 4 heroes, so they can go for something like Hag that does mostly just damage. She's not really a CC type hero until she starts getting like Hellflower and Sheepstick, but that's, you know, very much later on, and who knows if the game is even going to go that long. So Salomon will instead be the pick. Okay, I hate that hero, so let's just ignore that for now. Tempest Kraken and an Empath going to be picked up, or banned out by the Legion side, so they take away the jungle option and leave just basically Legionnaire and Solstice as jungle options to the Hellborn side. So I'm expecting to go for a second support here. They are soft clicking at Behemoth, so I hope that's a tri-lane. That's got to be a tri-lane. Yeah, there's no question about that. It's going to be Behe in and Torture and PM in the aggressive tri-lane. Could also be Gauntlet, I guess. But I'd much prefer the PM, I think, in that tri-lane, because you want to focus the farm and the attention and the protection on him. Meanwhile, the Legion side have a jungler, so they're not going to be able to tri-lane against you. They can pseudo tri-lane, of course, but it's not quite as effective. And so the Salomon pick, they think that's going to be short lane. Now, we've seen Twisted Fusion play a Suicide Salomon before, and this hero is in Slot Please's hands right now, who is often their Suicide player. Like, he plays the Suicide Behemoth, or not Behemoth, the Suicide Balfour. So he might Suicide that hero, which would put him against Bubbles, which actually might be okay. Be difficult for Bubbles to kill him. I still don't like Salomon. I guess if there was a game where it was going to work, it might be this one, but I really don't like that hero. And no, actually, it's going to be middle. Alright, I officially don't know what the guys in Twisted Fusion are doing anymore. They're weird. They are kind of weird. They do some weird stuff. And it looks like it is going to be the aggressive tri-lane with one of these 2 heroes. Not quite sure where Bubbles is going to end up going. Or, sorry, yeah, Bubbles is down here as well, but Torture over there. And Behemoth getting the block off onto Mag. Gets the Voodoo Puppet there as well, and he's dead. So, I don't know if Salem just didn't realize what was happening there and didn't Lava Surge over the cliff, because he should have been able to. But really good block there from Behe, getting the stun and putting him on the right side of the fissure, followed up with the Voodoo Puppet from Puppet Master, as well as Bubbles in the Shell Surf and the hook from Gauntlet. So, yeah, pretty excellent play, and the first blood there will help them out a ton, as it did go in favor of Bubbles, who, yeah, looks like is going to be the solo top lane. Middle will be ALG on the solo Gauntlet, and the aggressive tri-lane with Puppet Master, Torture, and Behemoth is going to be in the bottom lane. So, I really like these lanes from Adrian's family, and I think the Behe pick helped their draft a lot, actually, because it's going to be set up nicely by the Bubbles, as well as Gauntlet and Puppet Master, but mostly Bubbles. So, and the one concern maybe is that Behe's not going to get a lot of farm, so he's not going to have an early portal key, but right here, Rhapsody as well. Going to get caught out by the Impalement. Staccato's not going to help enough. And a few more autos. No, one more. Has the health pot, and Douchebag Mac will just barely live. So, Torture now could be in some trouble as Solomon's rotating over. There's one Cosmic Cleave. And Lava Surge is available. There goes Staccato's on top of that. And yeah, they're going to get the counter kill on Mega Beaver. So, that's pretty critical. Behe also forced to use a Mana Pot as he is out of fissures. PM going to get free farm here as a result. And it looks like they're going to essentially sack this lane with Magmus, as they're running the aggressive tri-lane. Magmus is here in the middle. It looks like it's going to be Rhapsody and Salomon versus the Gauntlet, and I guess I like this. I mean, Salomon needs early farm. That's the only way that hero works. Magmus is going to be in a lot of trouble in this lane. There's no doubt about that. If he gets caught by a Voodoo Puppet, he's dead. So he needs to be really careful. Now, he has occasionally plays the Suicide, and he's got plenty of escape mechanisms, but he cannot be this close to this lane. They've got way too many stuns and CC mechanisms on the Hellborn team. Puppet is level 2, but hasn't taken a second ability. So I think what we need to see right now is basically the Voodoo Puppet, and then bait the Steam Bath, and then go in with a stun. And the Puppeteer's hold. But really not super interested in jumping this Magnus, it seems like. Yeah, now he could be in some trouble. Voodoo Puppet? Oh, yeah, there it is, finally. And there's the Impalement as well, and the Puppeteer's hold, so that's gonna get a Lava Surge. They didn't have a stun on Torturer because he has Impalement. I am just crazy. Will they be able to clean this up? Yeah, they will. Torture auto attack will get the kill.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Salem there on that Magnus, and I was correct on the player. I'm so brilliant and such a genius, I know. They do get the Magnus kill, and like I said, it's just, this is not going to work out for Magnus in a solo lane versus a tri lane. On the other hand, they are kind of wasting both of these supports because in the meantime, Legion are not really winning middle actually. Solomon's 7-1, Gauntlet is 12-7. That shouldn't be happening. Rotation over here from Torturer and Behe. They do see it though because of the Word of Sight, which is on top of the other Word of Sight. And we'll see. Ophelia also at 160 gold per minute. So Twisted Fusion really off to a bad start at this point, and that's not in range, but here comes Magnus. There's one stun on Torture. This is going to be a pretty easy cleanup kill. Behe looking to drop a Fisher, but yeah, nothing he can do there. So Mega Beaver takes the second death, ends up tying the hero kill score, and the Rev Ward is immediately countered by Archie Tiger. So that's good for him. He's still not farming all that well here at 230 gold per minute. It is only 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, so has plenty of time to pick that up. Of course, got that kill. Very helpful. Kill the creep, Archie Tiger. There you go. Well done. You figured it out. It's cool. Top lane, haven't talked about that at all, but it's going to be the Pharaoh versus Bubbles, and Pharaoh actually with a level advantage here, as you know, melee heroes do get more experience from denies. Currently sitting at 20-2 compared to 16-3 on this Bubble, so Pharaoh absolutely winning his lane, and a pretty big deal there with time to die in the suicide lane, 284 gold per minute compared to side cash at 350. He did get the Bloodlust, so that it really just makes it more impressive. I mean, 350 GPM on Bubbles is good. That's nice. But considering that Pharaoh has a CS advantage here, despite the fact that Bubbles got the first blood, and he's really taking not a ton of damage. Picks up a bottle. Gets the deny there as well. And Bubbles can't really do too much to kill him. He's just a little bit too tanky. So, counter wards galore. As the Rev counters that, and this other Rev from Rhapsody. Illusion Rune on Behemoth. And I mean, the concern really here is that Salem's now level 4, PM's level 5, which is good. He's had free farm down here. He's at 326 gold per minute. Very nice. But the supports are level 2 on the Hellborn team, and they've done mostly nothing. You look at the XPM charts right here, and that's not going to work. Like, Torture and Behemoth are both heroes that love levels. They really want to get up there. Obviously, Behe wants his portal key, so that matters a whole lot. But Torture has so many good spells, and he wants to get as many of them as possible. Chain Reaction they're going to miss, and the Fissure doesn't actually quite go off yet. It does there hit 2 heroes, but it's not going to be enough to do anything. Archie Tiger wants something with the Minotaur, but it gets blocked off by the Fissure, and there won't be any kind of initiation there from the Legion side. So Behe and Torture are continually roaming mid, continually interrupting the Solomon's farm, which is good. 250 gold per minute here from Solomon is way too low. But they're wasting their time. They're getting nothing in terms of GPM. They're getting nothing in terms of XPM. I mean, Magnus is playing basically a suicide role here in this bottom lane, as PM just basically free farms. And you look at the GPM charts, they do have the top 3 farmers in the game on Adrian's Familj. But the question is, are these supports going to be able to do anything? And maybe it won't matter. Like, at this point, maybe it won't. But I'm concerned, to say the least. And there's the initiation, Wrath of the Pharaoh onto Torture, and yeah, what's Torture going to do about this? Hook forward from Gauntlet, nothing. So Time to Die picks up a nice kill, and he's also double damaged. He will continue to sip that bottle, get all of his mana back. Should be able to go up the top lane and continue to do very well against this Bubbles, who's now at 350 GPM. But this Pharaoh is, Time to Die is really having a great performance because nobody else in the Legion side is farming well at all. And he's at 320 gold per minute in the suicide role, which should be the hardest lane to farm in. Ish. I guess Magnus is. Magnus isn't really able to do too much down here. But, I don't know. We've got off to the side. Nothing really going to happen anyway. Pause going out, obviously we'll skip straight through that. So 32 hero kill advantage here for the Legion side, slightly in their favor. But Bubbles up top did go for the Ghost Marchers. It's a little bit of a questionable decision. Almost always see that puzzle or the power treads, steam boots, because you want the tanky presence. Gauntlet also going for the Ghost Marchers. That's a little bit more okay. Really, that's optional which one you want to go for on him. And PM in the bottom lane going steam boots. I believe that's absolutely the correct decision. He wants that attack speed, and of course the tankiness helps as well. Gauntlet here getting sent out in the middle lane, under the tower in fact, and taking a fair bit of damage, but Solomon quite low, can't do too much to counter him. And I'm kind of wondering if Pharaoh can get a kill up here. He doesn't quite have enough mana for it, I don't think, but if he can get a haste rune or an invis, there's a pretty good chance he could kill those Bubbles, because all he has to do essentially is trap him in the mummy walls, force the Shell Surf, and then Wrath of the Pharaoh on his face. So we'll see if he gets any rune lock here, but an invis or a haste, and I think there's at least a death in either middle or top. Nope, refreshment rune, and bottom it will be an invis. So mid lane, in fact, Gauntlet could be some trouble, as the Wrath of the Pharaoh is available. Gauntlet will pick up the invis on bottom, as he bottles it up. Very, very nice. Still, level 2 on Behe. Now level 3 on Torture, which is nice, but now Behe getting caught out by the Skeleton King, and just easy kills. He went down so fast. And he's a strength hero, but 625 gold, or 625 health. 625 gold per minute, wow. He's just got nothing. He's got boots, which is nice for all the roaming they've been doing, but he's not going to have a portal key ever at this rate. Like, not for an hour. So, I don't know, man. But the Legion side, actually, all 5 heroes are down here. They're grouped up. They're looking to take a tower. They've got Ophelia, only level 6, so...
Don't be jealous of me now.
Oh, Ophelia. You're ridiculous. Rhapsody Dance Floor goes down, and this will be a top or bottom tier 1 tower kill, no question. Because they've got ultis on 4 heroes, obviously not Rhapsody. A little curious they're choosing to push Oak before she hits level 7 and has 3 creeps, but whatever. Mid tower is pressured, but not going to matter. And top lane they get the kill. Actually, in mid lane, initiation there onto Behemoth, but he gets pulled out. An excellent hook from Gauntlet. That's not going to matter. He's still going to die. Gauntlet Blast is there as well, and they're just trying to keep this Behemoth alive. Oh, Torture. Wow, he got melted by that ultimate from Solomon, and there was buffers from Ophelia coming in as well, so Solomon going to be just fine. Slot Flea's not really getting his initial target, but forcing a bunch of spells out from that Gauntlet. And Behemoth off to the side here is trying to regen up, but here comes Salem and Rhapsody there. They're going to try to jump this Gauntlet. Looks like Solomon could be in some trouble. Kelpfield goes down into him. He will take the death, but the Eruption comes there onto ALG, and he's going to die. Off to the side here, Skeleton King onto Behemoth. That's going to be 1 kill, no question. Puppet Master goes off on the side. He's going to get the kill onto Ophelia pretty easily. And we'll see if Rhapsody can get out of this. I kind of suspect that she can't. No, she can't. Whiplash there helps finish it off. So nice rotation from Puppet Master, getting a couple of kills. And they're going to clean up the Ophelia minions as well. Shell Surf there does not hit. But they really want these Oath kills. And in the end, pretty good fight back there from Hellborn. They do lose, what, 3 heroes and kill 3 of their own. So, even, and obviously in their favor, Puppet Master coming in 1-0-3 now, gets a hero kill, gets a couple of assists, now at 380 gold per minute, and a very nice rotation there from Mini Beaver. And a necessary rotation for that matter. So I haven't talked about that much at all, but yeah, switch ups there from the Hellborn side as well, as Mini Beaver is the one playing the carry Puppet, and Mega Beaver on the support Torture again. That is not surprising. Side catch though on the Bubbles. He was the Swiftblade last game. So Mini Beaver is also their dev player. I kind of feel like he's more of an initiator type guy, so I guess maybe it's just on certain heroes and then ALG takes over the carry role. I don't know. I really don't know well enough, because I know like ALG plays a silhouette, so I guess just on certain heroes, certain players feel a little more comfortable, which is fair. And Bubbles here going to throw some auto attacks and a Shell Surf out to harass out the Solomon, who has moved to the top lane. But mid tower, it's pretty low. Wouldn't be surprised to see Hellborn push that in. And speaking of pushing, we have a level 7 Ophelia. We've got a Rhapsody who's level 5. They killed bot tier 1, but it took them a while. Mid tier 1, very, very high health, and top tier 1 is quite high as well. So I'd like to see a little bit more pushing from the Legion side. I don't know why they haven't utilized their combo very well in that regard, but it's definitely hurting them here. And Word of Sight's just next to each other. I think this one's second, 349 seconds, 348 seconds. So like almost at the exact same time. Wow. I'd be kind of surprised they didn't see that. Anyway, 12-minute PK on Bubbles. So obviously he's had a really, really good time here. 440 GPM now on side cash. So Bubbles here is absolutely crushing it, and Hellborn side have a pretty substantial golden experience advantage. Not game-breaking by any means, of course, but definitely something they can turn into a snowball potentially. Hook from Gauntlet there, not going to connect on anything, as I'm not sure actually how close that was to Salem on the Magnus. But Rhapsody going to look to counter this Rev Ward, and we'll be able to get it. Nice for her there. And side catch though, continuing to farm. He's got a kelp field. Like, they need to set up kills with this. He's got a PK. I don't understand why he would not be going for something. Solomon only has, 930 max health. If they get one rotation over, they can kill him really, really easily. If Bubbles ports somewhere else, like bottom lane, they could kill people really, really easily. They have to make use of this level 11 Bubbles now. He's got a level 2 ultimate. He's got a portal key, and he's just farming top lane. That's not really something you can do. Over here, Torturer digging his way into the woods. Might get spotted out by this Invis Pharaoh. Yeah, they see each other. Or, well, Pharaoh sees him. And Torturer, Gauntlet coming over. Pharaoh all of a sudden doesn't want any part of this. And Behemoth is here as well, so Pharaoh going to have to be really careful about what he's going to do here, if he's going to do anything. 24 seconds on the Invis, so he's not very concerned about that expiring anytime soon. Ophelia picks up the Astrolabe. Pretty big deal here. And Magmus actually gets stunned out twice. Gauntlet hooks over there, and will he get the kill? No! Norse Blessing comes out, and Lava Surge obviously still available, never used. Cosmic Sleep Cleave there on a Torture. Lava Surge helps finish him off, but they do end up picking Salem, as that's one kill. Voodoo Puppet onto Pharaoh, forcing him to run forward, really. And there goes Solomon, actually will get the kill on Behemoth. So he's not going to be able to do too much. Voodoo Puppet going to kill Solomon, and that's actually not going to do too much here in the background as well. Gauntlet getting caught out. Slot Police does finally die on that Solomon, and it will kill Pharaoh as well. But the Kelp Field was used, I guess, under the tower, so that's fine. And it looks like Rhapsody and Ophelia immediately what's left. Haste Run at bottom is stolen by Bubbles. That's going to be a pretty big deal. Rhapsody here going to take the death, no question. And Shell Surf there will connect onto Ophelia. Fissure comes in as well. This looks like it's going to be a cleanup. Might, in fact, be a genocide. Puppet Master wants the CC. There's a Puppeteer's hold. And an easy kill. Double tap for side cash. So he's now at 480 gold per minute. Mini Beaver at 450 GPM. And the guys on Adrian's Familj are just taking control of this game. So, game one, they figure, really, really don't want to do that again. Let's get a PM, something a little bit more carry potential. Bubbles having an absolutely fantastic performance. They're going to lose the mid tower as well on the Legion side. Here comes the TP from Pharaoh. That was a mistake. And Voodoo Puppet actually not going to be in range of anything, so he will be okay. Puppet Master out of mana currently, but not enough backup there for Pharaoh for him to initiate, so he will just back off. 10 to 10 hero kills, but that does not tell you the story here, as the Hellborn side are substantially in favor of Golden Experience. As Gauntlet there, picking up a portal key of his own. So double PK on the Hellborn side, and Mini Beaver has to have his Shroud by now, right? Like, he's had that Steam staff for a really long time. And I would imagine that he's just walking back to base here to buy a Shroud. Yep. So, Shroud finished up, as well as a Amulet Exile on PM. So I wonder if he's going for a Grave Locket here. I assume that's going to be the choice. And we're going to have some CS here. So he's got the Shroud. He did show it, of course, because he is in vision of the creeps. But the gank potential now for the Hellborn side and the initiation potential is just ludicrous. He needs a portal key, and once they've got that, I don't know how Hellborn are gonna, or how Legion are gonna fight into this. Like, they do have all these defensive ults, which is great, but there's so many ways to cancel the Rhapsody. It's not that hard. And the Norse Blessing is a lot of damage, which is very good. Or a lot of heal, really, which is very good. But is it gonna be enough? There's just so much burst, and there's a lot of AoE from the Hellborn side. Lots of lockdown, good right clicks coming out. And I feel like Adrian's Familj is in such a good position right now. because the carry potential on the Legion side isn't all that great. I mean, Salomon with 340 gold per minute is not going to do it. So they're trying to get a kill on Gauntlet here, and they will finally bring the Ophelia in to try to push this mid-tier 1 tower. But the initiation there from Bubbles gets a ton of damage out. Salomon going to fall right off the bat. No eruption there. Norse Blessing a little bit late. Solomon ulti coming out as well. Gauntlet is going to die here, so that's nice. But the Voodoo Puppet actually not going to do anything because Puppet Eruption ultimate is not going to be stopped. Assassin Shroud goes down. Finally, the Puppet ultimate is killed. We'll see if Ophelia going to fall in the background. Looks like she actually might not. Wrath of the Pharaoh in on the side cache, and he's going to drop. Rhapsody here has the lockdown onto PM, but she's going to die. And PM also, though, going to fall. So, really, really sloppy fight there for the Legion side. But most importantly, that Rhapsody ultimate was absolutely killer to the Voodoo Puppet.
Have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Puppet Master was just sitting there in the middle of that fight for a lot of it. He was not behind. He was not taking advantage of his range. He was basically playing like a melee hero. And he's got 980 health. So if he doesn't have the Assassin Shroud up, then he's very, very squishy and vulnerable to getting killed. So I'm not sure about that, but Solomon here going to get stomped out. Gauntlet coming in there with the hook right over the fissure, and he's going to be
Legion have destroyed
dead.
a Hellborn tower.
No. Port back from Ophelia. And Solomon's fine. Now TP away from... Oh, that's not going to happen. Nice attempt, but that's just not going to happen. As her minions try to run away, but they're not going to be able to do so, as the Enfeeble helps kill that. And the other thing I got to realize, too, is Magnus has been a non-factor. He's going to have his portal key now, which is fantastic. Here off to the side, Bubbles chasing people down, trying to get this Rhapsody killed. And is he going to be able to? Yeah, he's coming back in for this. Looks like Gauntlet is here. Wants something. Gauntlet blast there onto Pharaoh, but he gets pushed away and actually stopped. They continually stunned. Can't get the Infernal ability. Side cache dies in the meantime. Kelpfield finally wears off, and now here comes Magnus with his new portal. He gets a double tap right off the bat. He's level 10. That Eruption was also not used in that last fight, which is what I want to bring up before. So the Legion side winning that fight even without the Eruption, and without Salem doing really anything on that Magnus. Now they have a gold lead. And this game is just kind of swung pretty massively. As apparently that was the worst fight in the world for Hellborn to take, but really? Mock on Solomon? Like, he just went for the Sword of the High. It's either a Mock or a Doombringer. So I'm pretty confident in saying it's not going to be a Doombringer. And Behemoth really needs his portal key, as he's been dying regularly, 0-4 and 5. And if they can get that up, like the Kelpfield into Behe ultimate could be ridiculous. He's also level 6 still. And the levels also coming into play for the Hellborn side. They had real issues on both of these supports. Torture level 7, Behemoth level 6. So I don't even know how long he's been 6, but I wouldn't imagine it's that long. Hasn't had an ultimate for a long time in this game anyway. Salem got caught out by the Gauntlet Blast there, and the hook back in, plus the fissure, the chain reactions. Norse Blessing not going to save him. Just not enough. Too much damage there from the Hellborn side. So nice pick. The ward here spotting him out really, really easily, and the portal key on Gauntlet, of course, helping to set up that kill. Top rune is a haste. And it's not picked up by anybody quite yet. The Legion side do have vision of it, so it looks like time to die. Going to walk over here and bottle that up. PM shrouding on away. He'll be just fine. As Rhapsody's going to get some cleanups on these creeps. So Leaf 6 all of a sudden level 8 too, as he was at just level 6 a second ago. Still 139 gold per minute, so not super close to the portal key. He's got 1260 saved up, but not farming very fast, and it's going to take him still a bit of time to pick up that portal key. Still hasn't even had upgraded boots yet. And to be honest, like, Striders might actually help him farm faster. It might be worth it to spend that 300 gold. But it looks like he does not agree. And PM with the Shroud can be a little more aggressive. I think he needs to get into a little bit more dangerous farm. Try to take the Legion Woods and let Behemoth have one of these safer lanes. But gonna be a push from both sides. Top lane, tier 1 tower, definitely gonna fall. Hellborn gonna try to take down this tier 1 bot. But the Legion side are just like, fine, you wanna trade towers? We will trade towers. we have Ophelia and Rhapsody, and that's not going to end very well for
The
you.
Hellborn have destroyed a
So
Legion
bot
tower.
tier 1 does fall. In the middle, side catch actually pushing the tier 2. But you can see how fast this tower's falling in the top lane, and there's no reason for that Legion side to back off at all.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
They're going to force a TP rotation from the Hellborn team, as they're going to try to break base now. And they can. Like, they can kill this tower with Ophelia and Rhapsody. There's no question about that. Puzzle box minions as well from Parasite. And the rotation from Hellborn is finally coming through. Gauntlet is still in bottom lane. He's porting. It just took him a while. Salomon going to get jumped here. He drops the ultimate, and the Voodoo Puppet goes away. Nice ulti from Rhapsody, stopping damage on him. Mega Beam is the first one to fall. Here comes Eruption in the background. That's going to be a jump on Puppet Master. He does have the Shroud up. And actually, yeah, he will be able to get away. Leaves 6, meanwhile, on that Behemoth, also dying. He did get an ultimate off, but it was not very effective. Tier 3 tower goes down, and what can they do? Puppet Master going to get stunned out, and is he going to die here? Yes! Gauntlet comes through with the hook. Managed to get on Salem, but that's not going to be too much. Mummy Wall's on to 2 there. Pharaoh's trying to live. He has the port back there from Ophelia, so he's going to live. And Salem as well with the steam back there is going to be just fine. Nope, he's also going to die. Solomon getting caught out by the Puppeteer's hold, but buybacks used all over the place from the Hellborn team. And Pharaoh was ported back, so I'm not sure about that. Rhapsody now going to get ported back, and she knows she's okay, so Archie Tiger on that Ophelia is going to run away. And will she get the port out? Yes. Voodoo Puppet almost there, not quite. But anyway, Tier 3 tower falls in favor of the Legion. They end up losing 2 heroes, but they kill a ton. They force 3 buybacks, including one on Behemoth that he does not have. Like, he cannot afford that. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Like, that was a really, really big problem for the Hellborn side. They should have known exactly how powerful this Legion side push is. Like, they drafted Ophelia and Rhapsody with their first 2 picks, I think. Yeah. Anyway, Wrath of Pharaoh there will catch Puppet, but he'll get hooked right back out by Gauntlet. Well done there. And Puzzle Box and Dust of Revelation both used, so bit unfortunate there, as they had a really good initiation, but immediately countered by that Gauntlet hook. Puppet Master is going for a Shrunken, it looks like, and I'm not sure how much I agree with that. Yeah, I guess it's the lockdown that's really doing that. There's not too much right-click auto-attack damage here. It's the stuns, it's his inability to sit there and right-click with the Whispering Helm. That is the real problem. So, yeah, Shrunken here I think it does make a lot of sense, actually. He'll also stop the Eruption, of course. And going to be a pretty big item for him. Mach is finished on Solomon. Obviously, he'll stop all that Mach damage as well. And he's also got a light brand, so 526 GPM. He's recovered, obviously, very nicely. The Wish for Wealth, pretty big deal. As if he can get some time to freefarm, then he'll be fine. And 124 CS now, second in the game behind PM. Wrath of the Pharaoh in, and there's a Lob Surge as well. Here comes the Eruption. Gauntlet can look something, but misses the hook. And they will get the kill on Puppet pretty easy. Dust of Revelation going off onto Gauntlet. He's going to probably fall here, as the Cicados are everywhere. Stunned in from Magnus as well. He is dead right off the bat. Voodoo Puppet coming back in as he buys back, but Solomon doesn't care. They're going to jump on top of PM again, and he's forced to run away. So the Voodoo Puppet not doing really very much. They're not even attacking it, as Gauntlet also bought back. But he's looking for Rhapsody. He's not going to get that kill either, I don't think. He's going to die a second time. Rhapsody finally will fall off the back, as Twisted Fusion Stop Leads also dies. There's the Puppet Master's hold, but no! Ophelia managed to get a lost auto attack, and they kill the PM, who's out of buybacks now. ALG also out of buybacks. They've still got the Puzzle Box minions up, and Ophelia and all of her minions. Plus, the Plated Greaves, the Astrolabe was just used. Not just used, but it is back up in a few seconds, and they're going to have to glyph here, but they've got no buybacks on anybody except for Bubbles and Behemoth. Behemoth's back up. Bubbles going to put some harass damage in here. This is going to be their Tier 3 tower. And this could be Rax.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Torture back up in 5 seconds. Magnus picking up a Shrunken, actually, so he's really recovering now. 320 GPM. Had an absolutely horrible time in that bottom lane. And yeah, actually, Behemoth Ultimate doing a ton of damage there to Magnus. Can he live? No. As he didn't even use the same Steam Bat there, actually, which is a little odd, but silence, that's why. So Bubbles Silence being very, very important there. And it looks like Solomon will go for the Dawnbringer as he's picked up the Searing Light. nice fight back there from the Hellborn side. They do lose another tier 3 tower though, and I mean they can't really take many more of these fights. They have no buybacks on Puppet. They've got no buyback. Sorry, they do have one buyback on Gauntlet. I thought he used both of them already, but one buyback on Behe, one buyback on Bubbles, and they really need that Behe portal key. He is getting close to it. He's got 1900 gold left, so he'll have it in the next couple of minutes. But I don't know, man. Really don't know if Pharaoh Rocket doesn't stack Ancients. It provides vision. Silly Pharaoh. I don't know. I mean, like, they need this Behe PK, and they need him to start these fights. Him and Bubbles, who has 2,800 gold, so wouldn't be surprised to see a Sheepstick or something like that on him. Maybe even a Hellflower. Although, I don't know. Like, is the lockdown the problem? Is that what they need, or do they need something more defensive? I mean, they have no Astrolabe. It'd be very, very late for one. But I wonder if what they really need is another lockdown item, because it seems to me like the healing on the Legion side is just the problem. The Dance Floor, Newer's Blessing, player Astrolabe, actually going to find a Word of Sight that was just placed here, so well done from Douchebag Mac on that Rhapsody. They're going to catch out this Bubbles, who is going to be able to port away. Rocket comes in. No, Wrath of the Pharaoh, little too late. Going to be on cooldown now for 40 seconds, but not the biggest deal in the world. He's going to be a little low on mana, but of course Ophelia has that Ring of Sorcery, so can help him out a little bit. And she's gathering up creeps. Has a Skeleton King, Minotaur, Vulture Lord, so it's a pretty solid group. And it looks like tier 3 top, or Rax even, is going to be the focus. ALG in the bottom lane, and he's pushing that out, although he does have a port, so he will be able to get back here just in time. Yeah, he ports back, and it's going to be another team fight. Solomon way up there in the front, looking for the initiation. And actually, he's going to get jumped on by Gauntlet. There's the ultimate from Behe as he comes in with the ulti, but it's going to be stopped. A lot of damage there from Rhapsody. They do kill Sloppleys right up that before he can ulti, but there goes the Eruption in the background. And we kill on the Mini Beaver right away. Puppet Master's not buying back. That was their focus. They know he's dead. ALG also going to fall. He doesn't have a buyback. And somehow Pharaoh ended up with a hat trick. I'm not really sure how that happened. Puzzle Box Man, just so powerful. That'll be Rax, and that's going to be mid-Rax. Or at the very least mid-tower. Or they just go straight for bottom? Yeah, okay, because it's already exposed. So like, alright, let's set these Rax on bottom. They could take middle. I don't know if they know that Puppet Master's out of buybacks. Bubble's going to be a little bit annoying here, but not really doing anything of consequence. So that's 2 lanes down. And Twisted Fusion, man. They looking really good in this series.
Hellborn Barracks has been destroyed.
They can take mid. You can at least take the tower. They may not know that you know, Gauntlet doesn't have buyback and stuff. So that's going to be the relatively safe play. And they've got 2 lanes down. Middle is the only one left. Obviously the most important one. But I think he'll take 2 racks any day of the week, even if they're not in middle. Bubble is picking up a Shrunken there. And so, yeah, I guess that makes some sense. He didn't die in that last fight, though, so I'm not really sure if he needs to be thinking, oh, they're going to focus me, I need to live. A Storm Spirit, actually. That might have been the item. If you can get it on a Puppet Master, saving a bunch of damage, that might be the difference between winning and losing these fights, because PM just keeps dying. He's 4, 5, and 9 here. He's just not having the greatest game. 385 gold per minute. Side Cash has passed him up in the GPM charts at 412. But up there at the top, Solomon, 534 gold per minute, and he's pretty damn effective in these fights. As they really built this team not around him. They're not. It's not a 4 protect 1. They're not like, oh, we're gonna put all our eggs in the Solomon basket. He's just kind of also there. And I think that's what's making him effective in this game. I don't think he's a very good hero. I don't think they should pick him, and they keep doing it, so whatever. But, yeah. Anyway, Kongor gonna be the focus, as they're like, let's just end this. Gonna take the Kongor kill, gonna get a token up onto, I presume, Salomon, who's gonna be sitting in the middle of these fights. And Word of Sight is over here, so they definitely spot this in the Hellborn side. I don't think they can do anything about it. Pharaoh Illusion there, but there's an Invis on Puppet. And they will put some poke damage onto Ophelia. Over here, Pharaoh catching that out. Actually, Pharaoh gonna Wrath onto Behemoth, gonna stop him from doing anything. And he has an ulti, so he's gonna need to buy back here, but he doesn't have one. Kongor goes down in favor of Legion side. Token on Solomon. Puppet there gets the ultimate onto Magmus. Needs to walk back into the Rhapsody ult if he wants to do anything. They're not attacking the Puppet because Puppet's getting strunned out. They will finally go on the Puppet, but it's way too late. Magmus gets the portal key up, and there's the GG's getting called. As, yeah, actually, Midi Beaver already DC'd, so yeah, there goes game 2. And it will be in favor of the Legion side on Twisted Fusion. They take the series 2-0, and very, very well played to them. Well played to Adrian's family as well. They will be knocked out in the Losers Bracket Round 4, and Twisted Fusion will move on to the Losers Bracket semifinals. So, thanks for joining me. Good series in the end.